Oh hello, welcome back to another Tabletop Impulse video. So just a short one today. We got some breaking news from the Warcom website. I will link to the article down below if you haven't seen it already. They've done a little feature on the setting for Kill Team Into the Dark. So they've done an article all about the Gallo Dark with an accompanying video. So I've just got a little presentation for you today, very short one, just on the few little bits and pieces of new information that we can glean from their hype article. So first of all, we're going to talk about the video itself. So from the video, they do some really nice high-res shots of the terrain. And this puts to bed here, I've taken a screenshot here, you see this seam here. So this tells me that we are getting cardboard floor in exactly the same vein as the Year 1 sets. Now, it remains to be seen if it's the exact same size. Those of you that have been on the Discord will know that we've had lots of conversations about what size is the floor. I really hope that those channels that get early copies in their Man Reads book video, they will at least mention, oh yeah, and also the board is bigger, smaller, the same size. Because I really want to know that. I don't know why it's so important to me, but it is. But it looks, you can see from the video here that it's standard Kill Team cardboard board. Now, the plastic board that definitely exists in Nottingham. It definitely exists. They played the Warcom Plus game on it, right? About half of the promotional shots have been on the plastic board. So it's one of two things. Either they made that board just in-house on their 3D printers to photograph it to create the imagery for the cardboard board. Or potentially they're going to cast it up and sell it as an add-on product in the same way that you can buy some Blood Bowl pictures and things for that game. So not sure. Also from the video, we had this wonderful line here. The outer surface of the Space Hulk is made up of the glory of Terra Triumphant. And then he said a bit more than it. He clarified it's an Imperial spaceship, so the naval boarding parties that go into the dark find ingress through something vaguely recognisable. As they go further into the Space Hulk, they will find stranger and less recognisable structures to work through. So this is from the video. This is a bit that Wade Price says to camera. I think that what this means is the sets going forwards are going to be Xeno themed. Like, he talks about it being made up in another part of the video, talking about the Space Hulks being made up of ships from different alien races. So I wonder if we're going to get different sets of, because some people have been saying, oh, maybe we're going to get like the hangar bay and the cargo bay and engineering and all those things. I think each set now is going to be tied to a specific ship. So this set is tied to an Imperial ship, the glory of Terra Triumphant. I think future sets will be tied to specific alien ships that have kind of... For those of you that don't know what a Space Hulk is and don't want to watch the video and want the short version, a Space Hulk is just a big kind of clog of space debris from derelict ships that all mashed together. So what would be what I think is interesting is we've got terrain that represents a Navy ship, and we've got Navy a Navy kill team alongside it. Will the other three sets coming this year follow that pattern, so that one of the forces in the set will fit the race of the terrain in the set? In much the same way that they've kind of, if you think about it, they've kind of done this with Kill Team Year 1, right? So in the first box had commandos in, had orc terrain. The second box, the Chalnath box, that terrain is really Sisters terrain, because if you think of the actual terrain piece in the Sisters book with the big statue on of the Sister of Battle, it matches in with their aesthetic. Okay, I can't justify it for Nakmund, but then Morok again brought us the Phobos and had what I consider to be Space Marine themed. Imperial terrain that is more Space Marine themed is my read from it. So they kind of did that in Year 1, not so much with Nakmund, where you got the Imperial industrial terrain being fought over by the Chaos Space Marines and the Eldar, but 3 out of 4 isn't bad. I wonder if we'll get that with this though, where they do an alien ship and a race of that alien. So for example, I could see, I haven't properly worked this out by looking at what we haven't got, but I could certainly see orc freebooters, right? On an orc, and I know We've already got Orc Commandos. What? But Orc freebooters would be cool, like pirate orcs on a board of Orky, because a lot of people think orcs only travel on space hulks and things. They don't. There are orc kill cruisers, there are orc ships. If you ever play Battlefleet Gothic, yeah, you could have an orc rock, which is effectively a space hulk. But there's all smaller orc ships that you could have. So you could have orcs on like orky corridors. Orky corridors would be cool. And really another obvious one for me is Necrons. So again, a lot of people are a bit. Do Necrons have a fleet? They do. They don't just they can't teleport interplanetarily. They have like 2 ships. Necrons really need a bespoke team. They'd be really cool for it. I can imagine a Necron board, really clean, really clean, smooth lines, very different to this, right? Glossy black with the green glowing stuff. Maybe little bits of terrain with Necron warriors in stasis waiting to pop out, which could do stuff in narrative play. I can definitely see those two. An easy third option might be if they don't mind me. An easy third option might be if they did Chaos Corrupted, right? With screaming faces coming out of the walls, sort of like the depictions of Abaddon's flagship from the Horus Heresy. So that would be my completely off the top of my head predictions for the next 3 sets. An Orc set with Orc pirates, right? A Necron set, and one of the teams in the box is Necron somethings, and then like a Chaos infested set. And that's probably going to be the next, right? Because if you imagine, now hang on, we get into proper speculation territory now. Those rumours about there being Beastman and Inquisition, Beastman versus Inquisition on a Chaos mutated section of the Space Hulk. That'd be a box, right? Kazakin we know are coming versus Orc freebooters. You remember that Goblin arm with the smoke grenade on an Orc ship? That could work, right? Or Kazakin versus Necrons. Who knows? And then sure, squats versus whatever you have left after between Orcs and Necrons. Sure, but I think that might be where we go. Right, the other thing we learned, sorry to come back to reality, it all uses a key and grid system when setting up the maps. We knew this really, but we are told by Elliot there's 18 missions in the book, which is pretty cool. I think we get 9 for match play at the moment, so looks like we're going to get 9 for match play and 9 for the narrative play for the Gallo Dark Expedition, right? It is 9, isn't it? It's 3 tables of 3, yeah. So I reckon we get 9 missions for matched, 9 missions for narrative, and confirmed that both matched and narrative all have the set layouts. So when you're playing on the Galdark, unless you're going to play open play and you can do your own thing, if you're playing one of the missions in the book, you're going to use a set layout, which we kind of knew, but it's nice to have it confirmed. So some things from the text that popped out to me. So the changing scenery presents all kinds of new challenges. For instance, low ceilings and cramped corridors make vantage points, I think, of the past, and marksmen need to carefully position themselves to form firing solutions. So it seems like we're not getting vantage points. It's not happening. I know some people were wondering if like future sets were going to add on to this Imperial aesthetic and give us like stairs to go up and things like that. I don't think so. I now think that the future sets are all going to be different alien aesthetics. I reckon if they're cool, they'll give you ways for, because we know we're getting multiplayer scenarios in the forthcoming annual, which I assume will need a bigger board. They'll give you some little pieces in the second box that'll let you like bridge. You'll be able to like bridge. Hopefully, we bridge the gap between the Imperial Navy stuff and say the Orc stuff. Right? You can kind of see that. They'll give you some bits that look like Imperial stuff with some like corrugated iron like nailed across them, whatever, to give you that. That'd be cool. But no, we're not going to get any vantage points. Fine. And in this bit, successful kill teams will secure critical choke points and flank dug-in opponents, while corners, broken machinery, and collapsed pipes become sources of cover. So just to point out, because it wasn't featured in our Warcom Plus Battle Report, but we have got terrain that comes out here. So you've got these blue and red thing up here that jut out into the corridors. We've got this kind of thing with its handle on. Looks like some tanks there that jut out into the corridors. This bit here, I think, is one of the new barricades, and this here is another barricade, and this here is another barricade. So we've got some new barricades that are a bit thicker. Okay. And then there's this little bit here as well. There's this sort of sticking out wall bit here as well. So there is terrain, okay, freestanding terrain, that kind of comes out from the main sort of corridor. One thing in my head briefly was it talks about corners becoming a key source of cover. I was turning that around in my head. Do we need any rules changes for people? It's going to become quite the case quite often then, isn't it, that somebody is in cover, able to shoot, and not able to, and then be able to be in cover if you're trying to shoot back at them. I don't think I see any problems there. I think Phobos might do quite well, because it seems like it's going to be quite easy to be in cover all the time, and so Phobos could shoot and then flick back to being in cover. But then again, if you got through APL, an APL to burn, you could shoot and then dash back around the corner, couldn't you? So it is for sure going to be an interesting game. Right, final thoughts. They said at the end of the article, more reveals from the future of Kill Team this week. Hopefully, not tomorrow, so I don't have to make a second video on a day when I'm streaming. Hopefully they drop one on Wednesday for me. That'd be great, fit in my schedule. And another one on Friday, so I don't have to come up with ideas for my own content. That'll be grand. They recently announced the Nova Open reveal stream. I'm not going to do a separate video for that because there's not much in it for anything I really care about. So well, that's not true. There's Horus Heresy stuff, but the channel's not ready for me to do loads of Horus Heresy videos. The channel's not ready for, my thoughts on why Palatine blades are difficult to use because of their transport options. Like, that is a video that's in my head, but I don't think it's a video that's right for the channel. And the only thing on there that's Daily Skirmish related is Warhammer Underworlds, which they're given a new logo for. So maybe when the Nova stuff comes out, bear in mind as well, this is like the first day I have to go back to work. After the end of the holidays, so I won't be able to watch Nova live either because it's about 2 in the morning the day before I have to go back to work. But Warhammer Underworlds is getting a new edition, it seems. Maybe I will cover that after the fact. Other thing is, in this video I didn't already cover things that were already, or thinks as I've said there, but it works. I didn't talk about thinks that I already covered off in the Warhammer Plus video. So in this article, it did reveal things about guard and hatchways, and you might be thinking, Phil, you didn't mention guard or hatchways, because I did the whole Warhammer Plus, what did we learn from Warhammer Plus 2-hour video. I didn't want to reiterate guard and hatchways to you after having already iterated them the first time. Yeah, if you haven't seen that video, I suggest going and watching it. And if you haven't seen that video and you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I'm really happy with it. I mean, it's a bit of a no-brainer. The channel's doing well because I'm uploading every day because I'm on holiday. And probably the upload schedule is going to take a hit when I have to go back to work. Say nothing of when my daughter is born. But it would be really great if we could push over that 1,000 subs milestone before everything has to slow down a little bit. That would be really, really good. So if you are watching and you're not subscribed, give us a big old subscribe. That's really helpful. Like and comment and all those things are great as well. If you want to leave a comment, I'm really curious now, do you have any burning questions still about Into the Dark? Apart from when's the release date? Is there anything that you want Games Workshop to reveal to you in an article that they haven't? Maybe they're going to give us an article where they talk about things that are... I mean, they keep saying it's into the future of Kill Team. Maybe they're going to talk about what's coming after Into the Dark. Maybe they're going to tell us about... Maybe we're going to get a competitive play kit like Warcry got. Who knows? Who knows? Alright, hope you've enjoyed the video, folks. And hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever it is that you're doing. Cheerio!